Good morning. This is The Shine Show. Welcome to all the viewers. We are so happy to have you here on The Shine Show. What is The Shine Show about? The Shine Show is about everything very practical and pragmatic that helps entrepreneurs grow their business, but it's also about the woo-woo, the mindset, the inner stuff that we need to grow successful businesses online. My name is Salome Schillack. I am the creator of the Facebook Live Superstar, an online program that helps entrepreneurs get started, get confident, and get profitable using this beautiful thing we call Facebook Live. And my guest on the show today is the fabulous Ming Johansson.
Hi
Welcome,
guys.
Ming.
Thank you.
Ming is a Facebook ads expert, and she's going to be talking to us today about how you can get started with Facebook Live. Not with Facebook Live. I'm going to tell you how you get started with Facebook Live. Ming's going to tell us how you can get started with Facebook ads. But before that, I want to invite you to join me on a webinar tomorrow morning, same time, this time tomorrow. I'm running a webinar on the 7 simple steps to getting started with Facebook Live. So if Facebook Live is something you want to use, if you feel like you want to reduce the number of the amount of time you're spending creating content on Facebook, but you want to get 10 times more the reach and engagement on your content, then Facebook Live is definitely something you should look into. So you can join me on the webinar tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Perth time. That is Monday evening, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're in the States. I'll be going live on the webinar teaching you how to get started with Facebook Live. And you can join that webinar by going to shineandsucceed.com/webinar, and I will have that link for you in the first comment below. But now let's talk about Facebook ads. Ming, give us a little bit of the why. Why is Facebook ads so hot right now? And why do we all need it?
We don't all need it, so
Okay.
I'm actually going to probably contradict that quite a lot. We don't all need Facebook ads. I think a lot of the problem is it can be very successful, but there's a lot of work that is required before actually doing Facebook ads, and a lot of people that I see certainly skip all of the work that needs to be done first because they think it's going to be some quick fix.
Yeah.
And it's not, unless you have your marketing plan together, unless you have a calendar of events already sorted and planned, unless you have consistency in your content, advertising is actually a total complete waste of money, often. And obviously there's rules to the exception and exceptions to the rule and all of that, but you find that a lot of people are just going, I'll click the boost button, and Facebook is actually designed quite well in the fact that it's got this big blue shiny button, and press the big blue shiny button, the blue shiny button.
It actually now has all this. Well, I get pop-ups every day saying this post is performing well, boost it for $20.
Which and in actual fact, that's a really good measure to measure whether or not your content is good content.
So if you're getting Facebook pop-ups telling you to give them money, then you have good content.
So this is the thing about that, is that a lot of the time people will spend the money, but you actually don't need to because it's performing well.
Oh, that's a good point.
So if Facebook's saying it's performing well, what they're doing is they're saying, please put it on our newsfeed because it's not going to piss off all of our users, and people are actually going to stay on our platform, which is the ultimate goal of Facebook, is to keep people on the platform.
I love that. I've never thought of it that way, because I tell all of my clients and everyone in my community, I tell them, you wait to see how a post performs organically before you put any money behind it, because you're throwing your money in the water if you're putting money behind a post that your audience doesn't even respond to organically.
And so that's a lot of what we see is people are like, all of these posts are doing really well, and the ones that aren't doing well, which I thought should be doing really well because my ego says that post should be doing really well, I'm going to boost that one because the other ones are performing well. And so people almost do a reverse of that, and they don't focus on the ones that are performing really well, whereas that's actually a really good measurement to see your organic content is doing well and is measured on the basis of what Facebook thinks is good content. So how
does Facebook, just tell us a little bit, how does Facebook know what is good content?
So there's a couple of things around that. One is making sure the content is good quality, so it's original, for one.
What does that mean?
So making your own memes. Like a lot of the time I see people downloading images from Google Images or downloading Facebook images from somebody else's Facebook and then uploading it to their own. First of all, the quality of the image actually drops the moment that you upload it to Facebook because Facebook's compressing it because there's billions of people on Facebook all uploading content all at the same time. And the content, so any JPEGs will drop in quality. So if you're downloading that off somebody else's Facebook page and then uploading it to your own, it's already going to be shitty quality.
Yeah.
If you're making your own images, which is always going to be better, there's plenty of, like, there's a billion apps on your phone that does this. A couple of them is WordSwag, which is a paid app. The other one is PixArt. They're great apps to be able to make your own memes. When you're downloading images off somebody else's Facebook page, which has their Facebook page address on it, first of all, you're not actually helping them. Nobody in their right mind actually types in physically the Facebook page address. So let go of the fact that somebody's going to steal your content, and also stop stealing other people's content and you're borrowing.
Well, I think people often share good quality content by other people, but what Facebook wants us to do, and this is something that I've noticed, is Facebook wants us to create our own authentic material. And I noticed this when I saw that Facebook stopped showing, if I share, like I will still share if Kim Gast or the Social Media Examiner, or if someone creates a great post about why Facebook video is the thing to use, I'm going to share that content, right? But what I notice, because I feel anyone who comes to my wall looks at the wall and goes, oh, here's something of value to them. But what I notice is Facebook doesn't actually show people that stuff. Yeah, so they don't put that in front of my audience.
So I'm going to dispel one of the things around that. So first of all, people aren't physically going to your wall. They're actually seeing your stuff in the news feed. And if you think of how many friends you have and how many Facebook pages you've liked. So for me, I've got over 1,000 friends. It's only because I can't use the word associates. It doesn't work for Facebook marketing. And I've liked over 2,000 pages, which is an extreme. Like most people on average will like 200 pages. They'll have friends of like 267, I think was the last count. And so that's 400 voices that are all collectively shouting into the internet void every single day. If you're posting once, it's not going to get seen.
No.
Okay, so
let's touch on how often, because this is one thing I get a lot especially from newbies, people who are just starting out. So they might have 100 likes on their page, and 50 of the 100 is their family and their close friends and people who went to school. So now they're saying, well, I don't want to post 3 times a day because I don't want to annoy these people. Yeah. What do you say to that?
So first of all, just because they've liked your page doesn't mean they're going to see it.
Yes, and we should come back to that.
Case in point, like you've got 400 collective voices yelling into your particular void. So on your newsfeed, all of your friends and family are going to be preferenced first because that's why Facebook was designed and built.
Yes. And that's going to be even more now with the new algorithm.
No, it's the same. It's actually been the same for the last 5 years. It hasn't actually changed. It's just Facebook has come out and explained how the algorithm works. The algorithm has always been designed to show quality instead of quantity. So it's based on what your actual interests are. The purpose of it is so you actually see the shit that you care about as opposed to stuff that's just noise. And one of the things that we're constantly teaching, and I feel like I'm a broken record sometimes, where I say it's quality. Stop adding noise to the newsfeed, add value. And that's a really difficult thing for a lot of people because so there's a few reasons for this. One is traditional marketing is designed to shout at people. If you think about the closing down carpet sale that's been going on for the last 20 years, it's been shouting at people, telling them that it's closing down. We all know it's a lie. And, but there's no right of reply. Whereas social media, that you have the right of reply, you have the ability to engage. And that's what people are often missing in their social media is not engaging. They're talking at people, not creating an opportunity for conversation.
Because it is, you said it is an opportunity for conversation, which is why creating your own native content is so important.
Absolutely.
Because when you're creating a conversation, you want people to, you want your audience to be, first of all, people who want to converse with you. So it has to be people who connect with you and not with someone else's content, right?
Yeah,
so they have to see your values, your thoughts, your ideas, your creativity.
So it's a laziness when you're sharing somebody else's content. And what people don't realize, so the worst I see is when people are sharing articles. Might be a really amazing article, totally relevant to your audience. You know, it gives evidence to your audience that, you know, what you do is real, and, you know, it validates. But the problem with that is people only remember that they saw it on Facebook. They don't actually remember your brand.
Yeah.
So
you're getting tons of hearts.
Hi.
Did you see that? Tons of hearts flying across the screen. Thank you, Yvette. That's very good.
So this is the thing, is that they're not going to remember your brand. All they're going to remember is where they saw the article. And if you think of the user experience here on the internet, they're going from your Facebook page, which they only are acknowledging that it's Facebook. They're then going to an article on Social Media Today or Social Media News or wherever it is, or, you know, the West Australian or the Sydney Morning Herald. And they're remembering that brand.
Yeah.
So then you're skipping out on all of the opportunities to actually re-embed your brand. So, you know, things that we talk about in terms, so ecosystem of Facebook designed to keep people on Facebook. Ecosystem of Google is designed to actually say, hey, this is the internet and the internet is awesome. Give us more evidence that you're real. Yeah. So when you're driving traffic from your Facebook page to your website, it's giving Google evidence that those people are real, because 5 years ago you had computer robots that would fake traffic to go to your website, right? So that fake traffic would then be the thing that would raise you in terms of your Google rankings and your SEO and all of that sort of malarkey. So then, you know, you've got to have this balance where you honor the Facebook platform and keep the content and the conversation and the engagement on Facebook. Yeah. And then you've also got to honor Google in terms of creating traffic that's coming from your social media to your website. Yeah. So if that traffic coming to your website is validated, which it is because it's coming from social media that the computer bots have no control over, it means that your rankings are going to increase on both platforms. Yeah. So this algorithm, or this idea that the algorithm is going to ruin everybody's business and nobody's going to... We have evidence that says the opposite. I've got, I manage over 200 Facebook pages. Yeah. And on those 200 Facebook pages, we have reports that just don't agree with that. It frustrates me when people go, oh, the algorithm is dead. And it's like, this is the same thing that's happened every single year, and I have no evidence to say that. If the algorithm isn't working for you, it means your content is crap. Sorry. Yes. Okay.
Brilliant. Brilliantly said. Brilliantly said. I totally agree with you. But so if you're not, which comes back to, if you're not generating a conversation organically, then paid advertising will be a waste of money.
It's a total waste of money.
Okay. All right. So let's say you are generating tons of fabulous organic reach and getting good engagement organically because your content is good, your content is consistent, and your content is original. Yep. What is the first step people can take to get started with Facebook ads?
So I think that the key is have an outcome. So have a plan, have an outcome.
And with outcome, what do you mean? Because often the outcome people have in mind, I think when they're just starting out, is I just want to reach more people. So do we need to be more specific than that?
So I'm talking about an actual return on investment. What is the outcome that is going to give you a financial gain? Because reach doesn't pay the bills, it doesn't pay for rent, it doesn't do anything.
So having a higher reach or getting more likes on your page is an absolute redundant outcome for putting money behind it.
So likes on your page is all about ego. It actually makes you no money. Yes. When I started my business, so I've been going for 5 years now, when I started my business, I think we got to 160 Facebook fans and we got our first client. Pretty much 70% of our client base actually comes through Facebook. Yeah. And that's shifting now because we're focusing on other platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter and other stuff like that. But all of our traffic drives drives to our website in the end. Like it's the difference between playing the long game and the short game. Like the short game is I want this instantaneous gratification now, which is unrealistic, and in a market climate where retail is struggling, you've got industries that are closing down, you've got to really have a good grasp on who your fans are and who your advocates are, and building and nurturing those relationships.
And depth over width is what I always say.
Absolutely.
So you can have 160 likes on your page and be doing good business
Yeah.
with 100 of the 160 people on that.
Yeah, well, we've got
Because they're engaged.
so we've got about 1,100 fans on our page now, and all of them, pretty much almost probably 90% of them are actually clients.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
that's quite a huge. It's a huge engaged community, and our community constantly shifts as well, because our journey, our brand is constantly evolving. We're going through another evolution process in our business at the moment, and once that evolution process is stabilized, we'll have a different set of clients with values and all of that. So understanding that the people that you're talking to now aren't going to be clients straight away. They're going to be clients maybe 6 months down the track, or 12 months, ideally 3 months. But traditional marketing states that it's 7 to 11 touch points before anybody becomes your client. So, and that's about building trust. So, until they build that trust, they're not going to buy off you. And especially in the internet space, there's a lot of people who've been burnt by other people in digital marketing. And so again, you've got to build that trust. Okay,
so getting started with Facebook ads. So the goal that you want to have in mind is not necessarily a reach or getting in front of more people.
No.
That return on investment you were talking about is an actual sale that you'll be doing at the end. So let's work it backwards.
So leads. So I believe leads. So marketing is all about lead generation. Sales, so marketing and sales, they are two separate things.
They are. But you can be doing excellent marketing, and if you're not selling to them, you're popular and you're poor. Or you can try and do sales, but if you don't do marketing, then you're screaming at people who are just going to think you're nuts, and you're going to feel like that pushy, yucky salesperson.
So marketing is about getting people to the door, and if the door is a website, then it's a website. If the door is a retail shop, it's your retail shop. So marketing gets people to the door. Sales gets them across the line. All right. So, and sales behaviors in terms of asking them for the sale. Hey, so I'm sure you want to sign up for the thing that I'm selling. That's what sales is. Marketing is about building that trust, building that relationship with people, and a lot of people have really lost that or never learnt it. So, a lot of business owners don't learn these skills because they also have really jaded views of marketing and sales as well.
Because the first thing out of their mouth is, I can't wait until I can outsource my marketing. I can't wait until I can pay someone else to sell. And I go, you're never going to have money to outsource marketing and sales if you don't embrace marketing and sales, because marketing and sales is the dog. Everything else is the tail.
So a lot of, probably 98% of our clients come to us saying, I hate marketing or I hate sales, and they relate it to whatever the last marketing or sales experience was, which is usually in a shop with buying a phone, or they were forced into a contract, and they just that's where they hate it. And in traditional marketing, it's actually marketing and relationship building. That's what marketing actually is relationship building.
Absolutely.
And genuine relationship building, as opposed to just doing the coffee for the sake of doing a coffee.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. You said it.
So when I'm talking about an outcome in your advertising, I'm talking about leads. So somebody who is genuinely interested in doing the thing, and it might be that you want them to get to a blog, to read something. So we have a blog that I wrote probably about 2 years ago, which was something along the lines of why I will never charge $3,000 for a workshop. And it was basically an angry rant, because that's where I tend to blog. And I had a whole bunch of leads that were generated from that, because people who were reading that shared my sentiment. And so they were like, oh my God, you said everything that was in my head. How can I work with you? Tell me. And so that resulted in generating leads. And to this day, that article still generates leads for us.
So you're still running ads to that article today?
I've never run ads for that article. So I've only ever shared it organically. And even then somebody else might share it going, oh, read this blog because it was awesome. And when we're doing ad campaigns, more specifically for clients, it might be a competition which results in creating a group of leads, which then, in terms of there's one grand winner for the leads, and then multiple people can also so the people who've entered to the competition, they're entering to win the thing that you actually have and sell. Probably one of the most useless competitions ever run is the ones where you're giving away an iPad. Unless you're an Apple store, it is pointless. That's probably one of but there's a multitude of different campaigns and a multitude of different ways you can do that. I think, for me, I get really frustrated with the campaigns that lead to people signing up to a newsletter that they'll never read. So I get, just give away the thing. I don't like being bribed or held to have to hand over my email for something that I just want the information now. And if the information, if the ebook is good enough, it will already be branded.
And you will be engaged, and then you're more likely to read the newsletter anyway that you'll be getting. Yeah, exactly.
And I would rather opt into the newsletter rather than being forced to get the newsletter. But again, each to their own.
But newsletters is a whole nother rabbit hole. Okay, so people have their goal in mind. They know they want to get 100 new leads into the business.
Yep.
And they know that they are using a specific thing. So they're giving away something.
So I'm going to say qualified leads.
Yeah.
So qualified leads, especially on the thing that you're giving away, make sure you're qualifying them before they even become a lead. So I see this a lot in the building and industry and the buy a home industry, where they get a whole bunch of leads and they get a whole bunch of people to get the free iPad, but they're not qualified. You then have to qualify them.
Yeah, because so that's why the iPad doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't want an iPad?
Yeah.
But it's better to give away an ebook or a
30-minute
something that relates to your market, that your ideal customer really wants.
Yeah.
So something that working with you will be the logical next step.
Yeah, so again, you want to create the opportunity for the next touch point. So the next touch point might be a workshop. It could be, a face-to-face one-on-one 30-minute coaching. It could be, there's a whole heap of different ways you can format that based on what type of business you are.
Yeah.
It's getting that face time, because, and this applies to retail as well. The moment somebody is in the door, the moment somebody is in the shop, they are way more likely to buy from you than if they're still outside looking as to whether or not they should go in.
That's right. So, but if you've already added so much value to them, with them just giving you an email address, then they're thinking, wow, if this is the value I'm getting from the opt-in, how good is the value going to be when I work with this person?
So I guess in that format, I will say that you're better off getting their phone number and doing a call, especially for local Perth market.
Yeah, okay.
You're much better off doing a phone call, because people get a million emails as it is already. And what you're doing is you're saving them time.
Yeah.
Whereas they don't have time to read unless it's like Seth Godin emails where they're literally a sentence. and he does that very well, but he also does a daily newsletter, and to keep that up is a lot of work. So, again, so let's say if you are selling light fixtures and you want people to come into the store, then, you might have a workshop in terms of how to create your own lighting effects, or what's the difference between, something like that. Yeah. And then it's something a bit different. School holidays are on at the moment, something where, kids can learn about electricity and not get themselves electrocuted. So, things that are a little bit more creative that aren't done to death. Because I think that's what we tend to do, is we try to automate everything and go, hey, that worked for that guy, why don't we do it for ourselves? So
but I think that the most important thing, the crux of it is, what I'm hearing is that you have to know your ideal customer, and you have to understand their journey with your brand. So there's a uniqueness to all three of those things. There's a uniqueness to who your customer is, there's a uniqueness to what their journey is, and there's a uniqueness to how they interact with you and your brand. So
one of the interesting things about our own brand is that usually by the time people get to our website, they're already ready to buy. They've already had about 7 to 20 touch points before they've even gotten there. And it might have been a blog, it could have been a tweet, could have been an email, could have been a phone call. They might have met me at a networking event, or they, see me on a video, or they might have heard me on the radio. And there's all these different other dynamic touch points where they're hearing my name or my business and all that. So by the time that they go to my website, because they're curious, they'll read, like I've had people who've read so I have a personal blogging website, which is about grief, because, of personal stuff. And I've also got my business blogging site, which is all about, business, and usually it's where I'm ranting about marketing. And so I've had people who've read every single blog I've ever written in existence, and then they're already ready to buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of the best compliments that I get is that people will often say, I feel like I know you already.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. Okay, so for people out there wanting to get started with Facebook ads, what's the first thing they have to do?
Get your organic content right first.
Brilliant.
If you're getting messages from Facebook saying, hey, this is a really great post, you should boost it, first of all, don't boost it, but take measure of what's actually doing well.
Yes.
And keep testing and measuring all of your content. So, you'll hear different reports all over the place of, photo memes do better, or this does better, or videos do better.
That's not a myth. That's proven.
No,
videos
you know what?
do better.
But I would argue, I have reports from different pages that would say pictures are doing better, and then other reports. And again, it's down to your audience. Yeah. Your audience is what predicts that.
Yeah.
So, we do videos as well, but links, are doing better at the moment, because a lot of our fans are avid fans that are following every single thing that we do on our page and going to our content. Okay. So it's people driven, not algorithm driven.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Okay. So step number 1 is get the organic reach right. Step number 2 then is...
have a plan, have a 3-6 month plan, 3 month to 6 month plan, and figure out what kind of outcome you want to get. Facebook ads is not a short-term fix. And I really, really want people to get that. And Facebook is not a quick fix.
No, it's not. No.
All of these things, just like traditional marketing, requires planning and requires effort and time and all of that sort of stuff.
Brilliant. All right, Ming. So can you tell us where anybody who wants to learn more about your business and what you're doing, where can they get in touch?
go.com.au.
Can you say that again? Because it took, I had to read it a few times to get it.
So go, so OTOTGO.
Go.
Go.com.au.
Where does that come from?
So originally our business was a training organisation. We were training people on how to use the shit that they buy that they don't need. iPads, iPhones.
I need my iPhone. I will argue with you on that one. I need my iPhone. I can live without my iPad, but I can't live without my phone.
So we started off training people on how to use technology, essentially, and then we evolved into a marketing company. Okay. So our original business name was Office and Training on the Go, and it's the acronym. It's the acronym of, because we turned into a marketing company, and marketing is vague.
And Go is vague and weird. But it is memorable, and once you've seen it, you can't, you've seen it. Okay, cool. Sorry, I interrupted you. Where can they learn more?
Yeah, so go.com.au, I've got a whole heap of blogs and tools, and all of it's free. We also do one-on-one training, so I do mentoring with clients just on how to map all of that and map the journey for your clients, and educate them on how to use social media efficiently and effectively. And also we teach everything that we do and deliver for our clients, so you can find mentoring on the website under shop.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ming. I think that has been incredibly valuable. And so remember, if you want to sign up for my webinar tomorrow to learn more how you can get organic let me just close her ears. How you can get really, really awesome organic reach and engagement using Facebook Live. Then you can still join me on my webinar tomorrow morning. 7 simple steps to getting started with Facebook Live. Go to shineandsucceed.com/webinar. And there will be no Shine Show the next 2 weeks because I will be lying on a beach with a cocktail in my hand in Bali. So you might be lucky and see some photos of me on the beach in Bali with a cocktail in my hand. But other than that, I will see you again at the end of the month when LinkedIn expert Joe Saunders joins me right here on the couch. Thank you for watching. If you're a replay viewer, thank you very much for watching. If you're live, thank you very much. I will see you in 3 weeks' time. Bye.